A little boy abused and rejected, living alone on the streets at the age of 11 years old. But he grew up to become one of life's biggest success stories, overcoming life's cruelest odds. Perhaps you've driven by one of his namesake neighborhoods. Tonight, Johnson County developer Daryl Rodrock shares his story of hope as he prepares for his life's next big project. The homes dot the Johnson County landscape with the look of an aggressive monopoly board. Today, some 30,000 people call one of the 90 Rodrock communities home.
These are the plat maps we have of all the communities.
Daryl Rodrock is the man behind these developments. Each signature stone entrance leads to a small town closeness that he's worked to create for families over the past 35 years.
My goal was never to make money. I've been way more money than I should have ever made. And now my goal is to give it away.
Rodrock turned 70 this week, and to fulfill a promise to himself, he's created the Daryl Rodrock Foundation, benefiting foster children. It's been a healing process decades in the making, stemming from his own troubled childhood. By the time the 1950s reached Garnett, Kansas, a young Daryl Rodrock knew none of the hope the rest of the country seemed to enjoy. They were turbulent times for his family, years of poverty, rejection, and abuse.
When I was 7, the state came and took us away from our mother. We didn't know what was happening, but Miss West came. Miss West was our social worker, and loaded us in her 51 black Chevy or 52, whatever it was, and we'd go to Winfield, Kansas, and put us in Lutheran Children's Home.
The camera caught some rare smiles during that time, and it was there Daryl learned he had a friend.
And on Sunday morning, all us kids in the orphanage sit down at the front row. And I'll never forget one Sunday, Reverend Zinder said, he was a very flamboyant man, said, "Jesus loves you."
For the first time, this scared little boy heard that someone did love him, and it took every bit of that newfound faith to get him through the next few years. His mother got her kids back, but she shipped Daryl off to live with strangers. He endured more abuse, ran away several times, and at age 11, he stowed away on a train to Texas, where he spent 3 months on his own.
So I'm a tough kid, 11 years old by myself. Lonely. I understand loneliness. I understand hopelessness.
Daryl landed back in Garnett in a foster home around the time he turned 13, but this time things would be different. Ray and Levon Robinson, a farmer and a teacher, showed him love, acceptance, and direction.
I buried them both, and they became my mother and my father, and they never did adopt me. They wanted to, and I wanted to keep my name, and I said, someday I'm going to be proud of my name. Someday I want to be proud of who I am.
Now, decades later, that Rodrock name proudly stands for families all over Johnson County. And with the fruits of his success, Rodrock plans to spend his remaining years building up futures of those scared kids coming along behind him.
So if I can help a young boy or girl find their worth in themselves, that's kind of where I want to spend the rest of my life.
Wow.
Really an inspirational guy.
So often it's the challenges you faced in life that prove to help you be successful. He's a true example of that.
Clear example. Now, tomorrow night, Daryl, his wife, their kids, and their grandkids will all be surrounded by several thousand friends and colleagues. They'll celebrate his birthday, and they'll kick off the start of the Daryl Rodrock Foundation, all benefiting foster kids. And he told me it's helping kids. That's how he wants to be remembered.
Yeah, and thankfully we have people like that living in this community.
Absolutely.
So it's pretty amazing.